driving force of this office, of this race, is substance abuse. I'll tell you, I'll let you know.
What, and
Substance abuse. I have been going around the entire county, talking to groups, talking to individuals, about how and why people get addicted to substance abuse. And then, what can you do about it? Can people be cured from substance abuse? One of the groups that I went to was a church group not too far from here, 27 young men, all heroin addicts in recovery. One of them was a 19-year-old man who his story, this fly, loves me. One of them was this 19-year-old young man, and his story was this. When he was 13 years old, his daddy, a meth addict, made him the captain of a home invasion team. Why? It's because they thought that if they got caught, he would get treated less harshly. Their whole job was to go in to home invasions on purpose when people were home, to scare and intimidate them, and sometimes even rough them up to make sure that they showed them where the most valuable things were in their house for them to steal. When this boy was 13 years old. When this boy's sister turned 14, the meth addict daddy told this young son, she's gonna learn it anyway. Go ahead and teach her how to shoot up heroin safely. So this is what happened. The brother took the sister aside on her 14th birthday and shot her up, and then showed him his best way of doing things safely. Father, thank God now, is in the state penitentiary in Pikeville. His two kids, one of them is still an addict. One of them, the son, is in recovery. This is why the person that you elect for this job is so important. You have to understand, this isn't just going on in one neighborhood in Knox County. This is going on in every single county commission district. It's going on in every neighborhood, every street. You see this. I was at a methadone clinic this week, and they said that they estimate that there's approximately 67,000 people in Knox County with some sort of substance abuse that's debilitating. There's stories like this all over the place. Right now, when I was having lunch with Judge Irwin a while back, last month, he told me that we've now crested 850 kids in the foster care system. It's a record for us. Why? It's because while we started out the story, without hardly any exceptions, the reason is because the parent or caregiver is abusing or neglecting that child as a result of substance abuse. This is our heart. This is our burden. The person who is the next circuit court clerk needs to move their head office over to Division Street at juvenile court. They don't need to be politicking and playing politics at the city county building. They need to go where the heavy lifting is going on. They need to instill trust with the judge and magistrates. Be there for them. Help them. They need to be there for the attorneys and the caseworkers. Show that you care. Not that you're absentee, or not that you're the person ultimately responsible and delegate to somebody else. This is an epidemic, and our kids are losing. We don't need to have the office holder delegating such an important issue for us. So I'm passionate about it. That's why I'm going around and talking to all these groups and talking to all these people, finding out stories. And like I said, all over Knoxville. But there is hope, because we can talk about prevention to where people don't get involved in substance abuse. There is hope. There are clinics that have great success rates in curing people's addictions right here in Knoxville. We need to partner together. That the person who holds this office needs to do everything possible to work with everyone possible who has a vested interest in getting rid of the drug epidemic that's driving these bad things. I don't want to see us have 1,000 kids in foster care. The way that we're doing it, which is the same old strategy, we're going to have 1,000 kids in foster care. I want to see 500 kids, 250 kids in foster care, because in the way that we do that is we attack the drug issue. And you can't be afraid to say that this is the problem, and you can't be afraid to care, and you can't be afraid to get your hands dirty, to sweat, to work late, to take risk for yourself. Because if you do the job right, this is a hard job. If you do the job right, it's a long job. It's an exasperating job. If you do the job right. Now, according to DHS and people in Circuit Court Clerk, and also in Judge Tim's court, about 75% of the workload is juvenile. But we do small claims, civil, and we can't deny that. And the whole office needs help. I've been talking to a lot of attorneys. The attorneys are saying, we are so antiquated. What are we going to do? It's like we're living behind the times in our office, because things just can't get done. The two things that they're asking for most is electronic data filing system and electronic billing system. They said if we were to implement those two things, things will get so much better, and I agree. And they've been asked to do that before, but let me tell you, a circuit court clerk just can't wave their magic wand and do things. There is a state agency called the Office of Administrative Courts. Some of you who are at the courthouse know this name. Before any changes get done in this office, you have to get approval by the AOC in order to do it. And it hasn't been done yet. That's not to say it can't be done. That's not to say it shouldn't be done. But we have to do it a different route, a different method of getting what we want. And yes, we do need to modernize. We do need to bring this office into the electronic age. But you just can't single-handedly do it. It takes working with people and being a good diplomat and cajoling and convincing and getting people to do what you want them to do. It's about being their friend. You know, that they have an advocate there in the office. So that is why I am running for the office, and I'm very passionate about it. And I really want to thank you all for giving me the time to speak and being so nice.